handy in time of need when you need to set something up real fast and you got to worry about cutting them and making them whatever they're ready to go. This whole kit. I have a lighter in here as a backup, number one. Number two, when I cut the cordage, if I have to, if I cut the cordage, I can sear the ends, which is big to me. And I hate it when they start doing stuff like this right here, fraying all over the place. But anyway, enough said on that. Shimag. Shimag will not go anywhere without it to the woods. It's a cover device, a camouflage device. It's a neck scar. It is a head scar. It can be burned for fuel. It can be char cloth. It can be made out. This particular one is 100% cotton. It may have a little bit of polyester in it, but I'm pretty sure it's 100% cotton, as I remember. Anyway, it can be used as a bandage. It can be used as a splint. It can be tied together on each end, and you can carry stuff in it. You don't have to tie it on it. You can just wrap stuff up in it. You could use it as a cover overhead. You know, you can hide stuff with it. You know, it's good. This particular color, you know, blends in pretty good with the wood look. So, you know, it is what it is. It can be used as a pillow. It can be used as different things. A rag, cleaning. You know, a lot of different things. So, that's why I have it. I don't necessarily like a bandana. A lot of people have them, whatever, fine and dandy. I don't like them. The reason I don't like them is, well, a lot of people wear them on their head. So I don't wear shit on my head unless it's a hat. Okay? So, that being said, but if you want to, that's fine by me. But the point is, I don't wear it, and you know, I know they're, you throw them in your back pocket or whatever, and that's fine. I just have that, and that's what I use. Now this microfiber towel, you get through humping through the woods, you get all wet, dry off. Or if you wash up, you can dry off, or you can use it to wash with. You can use it to clean with. You can use it as a pillow. You can use it as fuel. You can for fire. You can carry stuff in it as well. You know, there's so many uses. You could use it as a scarf if you had to. You know, whatever. Many uses. Good item to have. Okay. In this particular front pouch, it's just a big open pouch. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. I will do a review more onto this bag later. But at the bottom here, it has a holster, Velcroed in holster, that you could put a weapon in if you wanted to. So that's there. And it has two pockets on top. As I recall, you were using this as your weapon, and then you were using these as your ammunition pouches. But in this particular one here, I have a roll, I believe it's a 100-foot roll of 36 bank line, tired bank line. I got it from Canterbury site. It's a little expensive, but I believe it's about 160-pound breaking strength. I've seen some trapping done with it and stuff. Very good. So I'll test it out later. But I thought it, you know, weighs, I don't know, maybe a half a pound. As well, I have this Gerber diamond sharpening rod. It works very well, and it's just to hone up your weapon or your knife or whatever it is you have. And you can do serrated edges with this as well. It's got an edge here that you can get into them serrate. So. I also have in here a small whetstone. Sometimes I have a 3-angled whetstone that I carry, but I just threw this in here because it's you know, you can hone up with this or use the rod, whatever. Either one, you have two. One is none, two is one. Anyway, Phoenix 30. It's about 125 lumens, I believe it is. It is very bright. Screw you if you think you don't need a light at night. I just did a overnighter. I posted it up, but I show how dark it is out there. Especially like if you're in bear country or other country like that where an animal may possibly come into your area. It's nice to know that number one, you can see it, and number two, you can shoot at it if you need to. But, you know, some people go for the headlamp. Headlamps are okay. I haven't found one that I like yet. I can carry this in my hand, moving through the woods. I can move stuff out of the way. You know, it's no big deal. It's bright as hell. I can see. It's like it's daylight. You know, so that's that. Enough said on that. If you don't want to go to the woods with a flashlight, don't go. But I'm going with it. That's all from that pouch. Here I have a roll of number 12 bank line, I believe it is. It's about 100 pounds breaking strength. More to come on this. I figured I'd use this for trapping and just little things around the camp. But if it came down to it, I mean repairs and stuff, if it came down to it, very easy. You know, you can use that for your ridge line or whatever have you. Altoids fire kit. But yeah, I thought you already went through your fire kit. Well, yes, I did. But like I said, I'm not playing around with fire. Okay, I have 2 bands on here. I have 2 for only one reason. Number one, I can use it for something else if needed. And 2, if one breaks, I have another one to retain. Because you can see here, one will still retain it. And for that matter, even this thing stays fairly well shut. But anyway, within the Altoids tin, whoops, I have about 6 loose matches. Jute twine. Awesome for getting a fire going, man. You hit that with a ferrocerium rod, it goes up pretty fast. I have, let me see, I have about maybe 10 matches in there. Just for a backup, just in case. You can strike them on your zipper, strike them on several other things, and I'll probably get a striker and put in here later. I have a Bic, baby Bic. It is what it is. Hexamine tab, excellent, burns about 6 to 8 minutes, works really good. It's mainly for the little stoves and whatnot, but works good. Have some fat wood. Fat wood is key and king. It is, if you don't know what it is, check it out on YouTube. I'm always in search of fat woods when I go to the woods and to pines. It's basically pine wood that I can smell it right here. It smells like pine sol, and it is saturated with resin, and they make turpentine from it, and I can't think of the name of it, but it begins with a T as well. And but this stuff is soaked with it, and it goes. It's just like you dumped a bunch of gasoline on this, hit it with a match. It's the same thing. In fact, in my video that I did my overnight deer hunting with, I couldn't find any fat wood. However, I found a dead pine tree that was soaked with the resin. And man, you throw that in the fire, it just went up. Like I said, it was soaked with gasoline. And so, any kind of, when you go into the pines, always be in search for this kind of stuff, because it will, number one, it'll help your fire out real quick. I have 2 Micro Infernos. Oops. I have 2 Micro Infernos. These things are awesome. You break them open, get the fibers exposed, hit them with a ferro rod or lighter or match, whatever, and they burn for about 8 minutes or so. I have a cotton pad, facial pad, makeup pad, whatever you want to call them, soaked in paraffin wax. Break it open, hit it with a ferro rod. This thing, it burns up to 15 minutes. Some of them 10 minutes or so, 7 to 10, but I've had them burn up to 15 minutes. They work really good. I have some white cotton, pure cotton here. for not only fuel for the fire or getting a fire going, but char cloth. And speak of the devil, char cloth. I made it up back in the yard. It's very easy to make, guys. If you don't know how to make it, check out my video. All you do is throw it, and this is what this is for as well. I can make more char cloth in it. But you get a tin can, tap a hole in it, throw it in the fire, the coals, let it burn for 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, and pull it out of the fire, and you have this. You hit this stuff with a spark, ferrocerium rod, a piece of flint, whatever you hit it with, it's going to be an amber. Now you got to have your bird nest and all that stuff ready there to keep it going, but man, it works really good. And I'm very surprised not only how easy it is to make, how well it works. So, and it burns for a little while. Also, what I want to do with this is I want to get a couple of those candles, small birthday candles, and put in here. And because candles, to me, I mean, you get if you have a small flame, you get that candle burning. As long as you keep the flame protected, it'll burn for a while, and then from there you can build your fire on top of that, or get your kiln or whatnot together and work on getting that fire started. I will get a Fresnel lens as well put in here. I went to the store the other day to get one at the drugstore, but the dingbat didn't even know what the hell it was, and I explained it to like 3 people. But anyway, I will get one of those and put in here as well. So that's the fire kit there. Now, I say again, to me, in survival situation, fire is king. It's king to me because, I mean, you can keep warm, you can cook, you can sanitize, you can boil your water for sanitation as well. Many, many things. So, with that being said, we're going to pause for a minute and I'll get right back to you.